All right, what is going on, everyone? It's your man here, Sir Gil, back at it again on the Pan America. Now, in today's video, I figured I'd go over some aftermarket parts you should plan on buying if you plan on purchasing a 21 or a 22 Pan America. Yeah, I think all of these things, most of these things have been fixed on the 23 and up. I think there's a couple that haven't, but for the most part, they have been addressed. First one being the left side radiator fan guard. If you buy an early model one of these, you're going to want to get a radiator fan guard. I have not got mine yet, so that's how I know that you're going to want to get one, because it's on my list. I think there's a company on eBay that sells one for like $30. Post a picture of it here, but for $30, it's going to save your left knee and your left leg from roasting. So that's definitely an aftermarket part you're gonna want to put on the bike right away, especially if you live in a hotter area. Second one's gonna be also with foot heat, just the other foot. So there's a small company that makes a lower exhaust resonator pipe cover. They put them on the new 2023s and up now, but there's a guy that sells an aftermarket one, and from what I've seen from reviews online, it works pretty well, and it doesn't affect the temperature of the bike or anything like that. So put a picture of that right about here, but essentially just a little exhaust cover to help keep your right foot from cooking at the lights and whatnot. So that's definitely a part I'm going to have to invest in. Third item would be especially if you buy the special. I wouldn't say so much of the STs, just because that's more street focused anyway. So if you got a special, I definitely recommend getting the front radiator guard. They're not very expensive. I think they're like $30 on Amazon and eBay. So I'll put a picture of one of those right about here. But for $30, protect your radiator from getting a hole in it. And the reason that's such a big deal on these bikes is just because the front fender, it cuts off really high up, so it throws rocks and all that stuff you don't want right into your radiator. So if you plan on doing some off-roading, I definitely look into a radiator cover just to help for those bigger rocks and whatnot. And I have not purchased a radiator cover, but I also haven't been doing anything too crazy off-road, just trail riding for the most part. So eventually I will get that sucker. Especially out here in Arizona, you can't keep a car without getting a windshield chip in it. Probably better safe than sorry with that. So that's the third thing. The fourth aftermarket part you're probably going to want to get just out of ease of life type thing, quality of life improvement, is a kickstand extension. So the kickstand, as I'm sure most of y'all are aware, if you don't have one of these, you're probably still aware, they suck. So our company does sell this little like clip-on, or I think it's a bolt-on, a little extender tab So it makes makes kicking out your kickstand a lot easier. So that is definitely a part I'm going to look into, because it can definitely be pretty annoying. And one time I clicked my bike into neutral trying to deploy the kickstand, so that wasn't fun. So yeah, that would probably be the fourth part, aftermarket part I would want to get. And then all of these are relatively inexpensive parts, so up until this last one. This last one is not very inexpensive. It's actually pretty expensive. But the last aftermarket part I would probably end up getting for this bike would be a seat. Because this seat, it's not bad, but I don't know, it's just not doing it for me. It just is not doing it for me, dog. So, I don't know, I think a different seat would be a great aftermarket part to throw on this. I think it would change where you sit. I think it would change the comfort of the ride. I think it would bring me back a little bit more if I picked the right one, which wouldn't create such a degree in my knees. Yeah, these are five of the upgrades that I plan on doing to mine. My Harley Davidson Pan America Special. If you've done any of these mods and they make a night and day difference, let me know in the comments down below. If not, throw me a like. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.